Yeah, it's a good question. People have started to ask me about what they should do as parents, and I hadn't thought about it so much. And also, you know, yeah, what you do with any kid has to be developmentally appropriate. So I have no idea what you do with a 1-year-old. Have had 1-year-olds in my house, but I don't know. You know, I think it's about, at that level, it's about fair interaction with other people, sharing and stuff like that. When you get to older kids, you definitely want to. I mean, the things that come to mind are you want to make sure that they're in really serious opportunities to collaborate with people who are different from themselves. We're so segregated, especially by class, and that might that might influence where you put your kid. So you try not to put your kid in the most in a school which is catering perfectly to him or her, but to a school that's more diverse. And then also the kind of opportunities. I mean, do you want to have your kid in an extracurricular activity at your own expense, which is very much a niche thing where they're doing modern dance and all the other kids are exactly like them? Or do you want to have them do something where they'll have to push out of their comfort zone a little bit?
Is there enough opportunities for that, do you think? I mean, how easy is it for somebody living, let's say, Georgetown, to have their children interact with somebody from Anacostia?
Yeah, it's very hard. No, there's not enough opportunity, and it's a collective problem. It's not one that you can necessarily solve just all by yourself as a parent, which is why we don't see it solved more. I mean, you know, actually, your example of Georgetown and Anacostia is easier than some because I think Washington actually has some programs the kid could get into. I've gone to arts programs where the kids were quite diverse, but the more typical thing would be, what about a suburban kid or ex-urban kid from 40 miles away having anything to do with the urban kid, working class urban kid, and the chances are virtually nil, and there's probably no real institutionalized structure for them to do that. The parents would have to build it, which would be very hard.
And is it possible? Or is there hope?
Well, I think there might be hope, and I guess the strategy would be to tap into some discontents that people have. I believe there's a lot of upper middle class discontent about basically running around all day, getting your kid from one highly enriching opportunity to another. As one of my colleagues here at the university who's great on this, Annette LaRose, says, the hearth has been replaced by the calendar. That's the place the family gathers, and the family looks at the calendar, and each kid in the family has to get to 4 different highly enriching activities, and it's actually driving the parents crazy. And so there may be a sleeper political issue there, which is, can we do things where the kids have to actually come up with some of the activities and do so with other kids, and the parents don't have to be providing everything for them? And even if the groups of kids were not terribly diverse demographically, at least if a bunch of kids from the neighborhood got together and by themselves and made something, it would be a tremendous relief to some of the parents.